Hey guys, this is last Saturday in January, and I have my notes because I don't remember things very well anymore. And without my notes, I would be lost, literally. This is seriously like the fourth video, because early I had this like crazy piece of hair sticking straight out. Like, I mean, obviously I'm not a high maintenance person, but I have a few standards, and hair sticking straight out, like, I don't even know. I couldn't do it. As I always try to rewatch the videos and make sure all is well and whatever. Um, I couldn't even get through the video watching it myself. Thank you, people, get through it here. So anyway, I'm gonna keep moving. Keep it on the same theme with being kind, and all of us know that that's not very easy, but it's what we're supposed to do, what we should do. I was listening to Tony Robbins today, and he's an incredible motivational speaker, and I really like listening to him. But today he talked about learned helplessness, and I've never really thought about that phrase before. But some of us from a very young age have this learned helplessness, like no matter what I do, I'm screwed. Everyone I love is going to let me down. No matter how hard I try, I'm going to fail. I'm never going to make enough money. I mean, it could be a plethora of things that you think of that are negative to you. But it's a learned helplessness, right? And just like being a person that has a glass that's half full and a positive thinker, that's learned as well. And it's how we condition ourselves, how we're trained, how we're taught. And not everybody was taught with a positive mindset, or how to have a positive mindset. And those of us who were taught at a young age, or learn from a young age how to be so negative, it's really hard to rewire ourselves. But it's so very important. There's so much negativity in our minds, it becomes a habit, and we just constantly think like that. And then that habit becomes a belief, and that belief can create, and that belief can destroy. So please be careful what you believe. Your beliefs literally create your mindset, whether it's for the better or the worse. And we have to find the positive, the good things out of the bad situations, and we have to focus on it. Like, I try to look at life and my situations, and I always say, no matter how hard it is, it could always be worse. Honestly, it could really always be worse. I'm still here, I'm alive, I'm breathing. I got a lot to be thankful for. But because of my situations, and I don't mean just cancer, but I mean situations from when I was tiny to adulthood. I mean, I had some shitty situations here and there, as we all have, but I try not to let them define me and take control of my outlook on life, right? Because it could always be worse, and my childhood could have been worse. My high school career could have been worse. There's so many things that we all go through year after year after year, and no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're going through, no matter the circumstance you're in, the situation you're in, it could always be worse. You are not the first person to be in that situation. You're not going to be the last person to be in that situation. Even though it feels like, oh my gosh, no one's ever gone through what I'm going through. Yes, they have. On some level, yes, they have. And it sucks. But you're not alone. And you're going to get through it. And there is a positive morsel in it somewhere. You just have to look and find it, and you will, and it'll be there, and you'll see it, and you can grab hold of it, and you can just ride it and focus on it and keep that positive piece in the forefront and go with it. Because if you don't, then you get consumed with the negativity again, and that just sucks. And I just don't want anybody to have to keep doing that over and over again. No idea where I'm at on this page now. But searching for that positive piece, and when you find it, seriously, don't let go of it. Don't lose focus of it. Commit to it, and you'll find another one, and then you'll find another one, and then you'll find another one, and then pretty soon your mind quiets down a little bit, and things aren't so bad, and you realize you are going to make it through, and then you can see clearly. And then when you can see clearly, you find your purpose. When you find your purpose, you just commit to it. Don't overcomplicate it. as I'm sure some of you, someone out there right now is already overthinking it. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop overthinking it. Just commit to it. Be okay that there's a positive piece in your life. I do have an idea of what mine is, and my positive piece, my purpose, what I'm committed to, and I'm working on it. But it all starts with being kind, and even when you don't feel like it. And then that kindness is followed by some positive thinking. That positive thinking is followed by believing good things about yourself. And when you do that, then it's followed by some peace in your life and maybe a little bit of joy, and so on and so on and so on. It just leads to good things. So don't let the negativity overcome you. Find that positiveness and go with it. Even if you have learned helplessness in your life, it's time to rewire and think better. And I'll share a little story with you today about how, trying to find the good in things and not let all the little things in your life just totally consume you or irritate you or make you crazy. And one of them for me is the fact that I just really can't remember shit anymore. And some days it really does drive me crazy. All the drugs I've taken for cancer treatment have really, really fried my brain. I'd like to just say it's age, or, maybe I lost a few brain cells in high school, but I really seriously struggle with remembering things lately. So I have my notes. If I didn't have my notes, I'd be pretty lost in most areas of my life. But I can write, I can read, I know my alphabet, and I have paper and I have a pen. So, hey, I'm just going to ride that and go with it. But my story, I was at a place where my sister-in-law's sister works, and I was going to go and say hello because I happened to be there. And it's nowhere near my house. It's like an hour away. So I was like, oh, I'm going to stop in and say hi. I'm here, I didn't even know if she was working that day or not, but I want to say hello. So I'm walking down this hallway, and it's an eyeglass place, and it's got all glass windows, and the doors going in. It's a medical building, so they're in their own entity. And I look in the window and I see there's two ladies in there, each working at a computer, and I swear one of them was her, but they're masked, right? So everybody's got a mask on. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot tell who the hell's who when you have a mask on. So if I see you in the store and I walk right past you and I don't say hello, it's because I don't know who the fuck you are. I cannot tell, okay? I have no idea. So don't take offense. I don't know who you are. All I see is mask. So anyway, she's at the computer, she got her mask on, they're typing away, and I'm like, oh, I think that's her. And I'm standing in the window like a little kid, like a I don't know, like a freak. And the other gal at the other computer happens to look up, and I'm like, hi, how's it going? I'm outside, she's inside, she can't even hear me, but I'm just looking like I don't even know what I'm looking like. So she gets up and walks over to the door, opens it, because it was locked. I couldn't even get in. I actually tried to walk in, but it was locked. I'm like, okay, this must be a COVID thing why it's locked, but whatever. So she opens the door and she's like, can I help you? And I went, do you guys see adults here? Can anybody get glasses here? And she says, it's a children's ophthalmology place, and whatever she said, I don't know. It's for kids, not for adults. And I asked her this because I can't remember Autumn's name. Instead of just being like, hey, is Autumn working today? I just want to say hi. No idea. No idea. Couldn't tell you her name if you had a stack of $100 bills in front of me. No idea. And the gears are turning, right? Like there's probably smoke coming out of my ears. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know her name. What's her name? What is her name? Can't think of it. So this lady's looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm just blowing smoke, trying to buy myself a little time until I remember this name, right? Because it's going to come to me. And so she's like, well, it's, this is a kids ophthalmology center, but if you'd like a card, I can get you a card. There goes my light. And I went, yeah, sure, I'll take a card, thinking, okay, it's going to buy me a little more time, and I'm going to remember her name, and it's going to come to me. And she walks away, and I'm like, okay, just bring it in. You got this. What is her name? I'm looking in my mind's eye. I can see her. We're joking. We're laughing. Like I can see your boyfriend. Like, it's all happening in my mind. No name, nothing. Absolutely nothing. She gets back with the card. She hands it to me. She goes, well, here's our card. If you'd like to call and make an appointment, you know, feel free. And at that point, I'm just like defeated. Forget it. I got nothing. I cannot tell you this girl's name to save my life right now. I said, thank you, ma'am. And I grab the card and I start walking away. And I'm like laughing to myself because I just like totally made a fool out of myself. Still can't remember her name. Look in the window again. The girl is still sitting there at her computer and I swear it was her. Not 100%, you know, because of the whole mask, but I have no idea. I leave, and I'm all the way out. I get to my car, I'm in my car, and I'm still like, what in the hell? Why can't I remember her name? Nothing. I was halfway home. Autumn. Her name is Autumn. Yeah. Totally. I mean, I could have let that ruin my day, right? I could have just totally been super pissed off about it because it's a stupid thing to have happen. But it happens, and it's all about perspective. And you know what? Maybe it wasn't Autumn. Maybe it was. I didn't get to see her that day, but it's kind of a funny story. So when I do get to see her, I will tell her this story, and it will probably be great. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and I just want to make sure everybody just please try to stay positive. And until next time, be kind. See ya.